Hello and welcome to another episode of Clair Haire. So today's topic we're going to be talking. Hello and welcome back. Today's question is, what is the price of waist length knotless braids? I don't even know how I got on the show, but I'm going to say $200. Or was an arm, a leg, in an original snippet from the Declaration of Independence? We're going to be sending you off to the Phantom Zone. Don't cry. Right? It's okay. Right? Bye. About how inflation is affecting the hair industry and why the prices are so much, just to piggyback off of my skit from earlier. So we're going to talk about first things first, braids with extension. Okay, braids without extension. Wash and go. Silk press. Wig install. This includes glueless wigs too. Cut, mostly like a pixie cut, or if you want like an angled cut for your natural hair. And then final is quick weave. Okay, so I went ahead and just showed you guys like how much the prices are and how much people think they are. So, you know, of course, as someone who does natural hair, watch my tutorials, you need to be watching them. I can definitely say for sure, I've noticed. I've noticed because I've actually thought about, you know, for my birthday coming up, Leo season, first day of Leo, I was thinking about having somebody actually professionally do my own hair, but I can't rationalize it. So that's going to be our first point is it justifiable? Like some of those prices that I showed you in the first minute of this video, like those are real. Like it's not like I'm just doing it just for views. Like these are real prices, market prices. I'm going on average, but these are real market prices for how much money it costs to do a hairstyle. And those weren't including the extensions, by the way, because sometimes like people will be like, oh, okay, it's $300 for a 3 or $500 for a wig install. That's not including the hair. The hair can be another $1,200. So I was like, I just want to let y'all know the secret that that's not just it. But like I said, like, is it justifiable? Hairdressers got to make money too. Like a lot of people be thinking now, mind you, there are some hairdressers. Y'all know who y'all, this is my little you lion dance. Y'all know who y'all are. Where y'all be like, T-Mobile is $178 this month. That's how much your ponytail and a brush is. Come on now, you playing with them. So I could definitely say that there is some of y'all that be tipping the scales for whatever bill there is. But like I said, and you know, the piggyback off of that, inflation is killing everybody. Like inflation is literally taking everybody out. Like I remember just going to the grocery store. There was 8 items and the person, the cashier was like, and your total is $148. I was just like, don't piss me off. Like, don't piss me off early this morning. $148 for 8 items. And it's not like it was cleaning products. It was literally food. Like, I mean, chicken, you know, and of course everybody's just like, oh my God, everybody should go vegan. Meat is cost so much more. And I was like, listen, I know you see my build. I need as much meat as I can get. Okay. Now, the only thing I do have my dietary restrictions of what I don't and I can't eat. Like I can't eat dairy. I can't eat spicy food. I can't eat red meat. And I keep doing all 3 of these and wondering why my tummy don't feel good. So I could definitely say I'm going vegan. I mean, shout out to y'all, props to y'all, you know, but it's not going to happen for me. I'm telling you, I will never go vegan. It'd be one of those things where like, if the doctor sits there and says, hey, if you don't go vegan, you gonna go. So then I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I will, you know, kick out that second egg from breakfast. You know, like it's really one of those things where I would only do it if a doctor, licensed doctor, not a Facebook doctor, told me about it, then I would. But my main thing is that inflation is killing everything. Like literally gas, like little simple things like childcare, buying your first house. Like you can get a nice 2-bedroom house for you know, 250K if you're nice to the realtor nowadays. So I can definitely say for sure that, you know, I can definitely say for sure that like it's heartbreaking because this is not the adulthood I was promised. Okay, this is not the adulthood that I was promised. I was definitely promised a different type of adulthood where we, you know, laugh, frolic, ha ha, hee hee. There's been a lot of crying and unfrolicking. Okay, unfrolicking. But I can definitely say inflation is killing everything. So I can sit there and say I definitely understand why they have increased their prices. Like yesterday's price is not today's price. So I understand. I can definitely play devil's advocate with that, where it's just like, no one's gonna sit here and do these things for cheap and you'd be like, oh, well, you're still practicing. Like, even if we're practicing, like we're still gotta buy the material. I mean, hair is expensive as well. So I can definitely say inflation is attacking all corners. So I understand why the prices have increased. Okay. So the second thing is reception. So there's been a lot of fallout for it. And like I said, this inflation thing was definitely, I want to say it was overnight. It was just growing, just slowly growing each time you go and do it. There was an increase in price. Like they did it incremental. It wasn't like all at once, where it was just like one day it was like $300 for braids and the next day it was like $1,000. Like it's been incremental. Like I've noticed it's gone up back and before. The reception is just that if we're gonna pay you, you need to be licensed. So I think that's also been the fallout, is that a lot of people back, you know, what do they call them? Was it kitchen beautician or something? I don't know what they called them, but I know back in our day, late 1900s, they called them a kitchen beautician or a garage hairstylist. I don't know what they called them. Garage hairstylists sound like a threat. It's hot in that garage, okay? But definitely for sure, more people are starting to be like, if I'm gonna pay you 4 figures for my hair, you need to pay 4+ figures for your education. So I've noticed a lot more people are asking for these stylists to come educated and come licensed, and not a license from the cereal box, a real certifiable hair license from the state of whatever state you're in. So I think that's very justifiable. Okay. I think that's very justifiable for people to ask people to have a license, because it's just like, you're essentially a hair doctor. That's what I call them. But you're a hair doctor. So I feel like, you know, most doctors are practicing with the legal license from what I heard. And they're not just out here just performing surgery without a license. So I get why people are asking. And then another fallout reception of this is that people are starting to do their hair on their own. I mean, like there's countless videos. Like I'm probably one out of a million hair tutorial people who's teaching you how to do your hair. Like, and I feel like more and more people are learning how to do it on their own. I mean, if I could sit there and guess how much this hairstyle would have cost me if I would have went to somebody, it would have probably been like $275 for my hairstyle. It'd probably been $275 paying. Cause I got five plaits in the front and then extensions in the back. And then I have very thick hair, so there's that subcharge there. There's a lot of subcharges as well. That's why people are saying, okay, you can subcharge me all you want. You can do the primary color fee. I wasn't wearing a primary color today. You can do you only do fire signs, you only do Sagittarius fee, whatever you want to add. But I'm charging you. Where is the education? So I know a lot more people are starting to do their hair themselves, which I mean, me personally, and I'll go into that a little bit later on in the video. But like me personally, I feel like we kind of have to know how to do our own hair, because it's not like, I mean, like I told you guys before, I used to model when I was younger, like early 20s. And then I realized how much money you don't make and how much food you can't eat. And I was like, ooh, no. But when I was modeling when I was younger, like I would make sure I made sure that before I went to a photo shoot, my hair was already done. And then they would do it. So, but I always made sure my hair was already done. I mean, like, it's just one of those things where like, I know they're not gonna slap like this. Okay. They're not gonna have anybody. Most of the 10 times out of 10, maybe 9 times out of 10 on what region you're in, but 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna be able to do this. Ain't no way. And this took me all of 30 minutes because I played 1 album. It took me all of 30 minutes, please. But they ain't gonna be able to do this. They're gonna see my type 4 and be like, I don't foresee me doing this, and go about their business. All right. So that's why I say I got to get a little gangster. I was like, all right. But I noticed that a lot more people are doing on their own. So I mean, I do miss the salon talk, like when I would go with my mom to get a relaxer, then when I too had to get a relaxer, like it was nice to get like that salon talk, really, you know, learn a lot of life lessons and, you know, gossip with the older people. But it was nice, but it's too expensive. So my solution is that we need to start being fair, okay? We need to start being fair at these prices. Certain prices, I get it. But other prices, I'm just like, you're not being fair. So perfect example, I've seen it where like just two pigtails, just two Kanekalon pigtails is like $60. Kanekalon cost $187 per packet. To do two of them, like I said, I've done hair. To do two pigtails on somebody whose hair is not that thick, that hairstyle total only costs $5. Why are you charging $75 in labor? For what? Especially if you sit there and say your hair needs to already be blow dried. You're not being fair. And you know you're not. You know you're not being fair. You wildin'. Which, like I said, like, you know, you gotta make that money. I ain't gonna lie to you. You gotta make that money. Okay, inflation is crazy, but I just feel like I, as a client, would lose trust in you because now I know you're after the money. You're not here to help grow anything. Number two, perfection. If you're gonna charge me like top tier money, like for example, like when I have my clients, yes, I do hair on the side, but I'm gonna charge you. When I do my clients' hair, like I charge them where I personally think my skill is at. And of course on time. So if you come to me 3 or 4 days before the event, I'm gonna charge whatever I want to charge you because I don't want to do it. Okay. But I charge on where I think my skill set is at. So if I'm giving you B plus work, I'll give you a B plus amount. I've seen people be like, yeah, it's gonna be $400 for this quick weave. It looked like they ran off on the plug. It looked like the weave is lifted up. Okay, like I don't even think Usain Bolt can run that fast. Like that's the quickest weave I ever saw. Like, and it looks rough and it's not gonna last long. Don't come out your mouth, okay, and say this costs $300. Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. You're not gonna sit here and tell me this. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that you're gonna charge somebody for that. Okay, we're gonna move on to the other injustice that I've noticed: the box braid scam, and that can be its own video. The box braid scam. So, I did an experiment. So for my friend's birthday, I did knotless braids on her hair. And it took me 9 hours, okay? I get why y'all charge what y'all charge because after the first hour is the hardest, honestly, because at that point you're just trying to build that stamina. But actually the first hour of braiding it, and then first hour of braiding the hair, and then the last hour of braiding the hair really was the hardest. Like hours 4 and 5, I was chilling. We telling jokes, we watching movies, we watching series. I was chilling. I watched the whole series. I was chilling. But the first 30 minutes and the last 45 minutes of braiding knotless. Ooh, I was going through some things because it's just like you're so close, but yet so far away. So it's like you got to get past your own mental block, but I do feel like I get why people charge what they charge, but I still think 4 figures for some braids is wild. But like I said, I did work 9 hours that day. Okay, so a regular job, you know, median average is about 9 times 20. That's like about $180, almost $200. That's fair. Okay, that's how much a regular office worker would get paid to do that. So I understand. But I understand that, but has some. If you ever seen any other hair injustices, you let me know. But there has been some other ones. But I would say my final solution is that I'm gonna get closer to the camera. You need to know how to do basic hairstyles. Okay, I know it's gonna hurt some people's feelings, but you need to know how to do basic hairstyles. You should not be going to no salon unless it's self-care. Now, if there's something that you like, you just like other people doing stuff for you, that's fine. But you should not be going to a salon for 2 Kanekalon pigtails. You shouldn't be going to a salon for a ponytail. You shouldn't be going for a salon for a half wig install. I need for y'all to spend this summer, okay, in between parties, and learn basic hairstyles. You don't know how to slick your hair, you don't know how to do a basic crown braid, you're failing yourself, because what's gonna happen is that these people are gonna keep taking advantage of the fact that you don't know how to do basic hairstyles, to where you don't know if a hairstyle is being done correctly. I've made a whole playlist based a whole entire channel. It's called Clair Haire. It's not called Claire, you know, it's not called Claire Stare, as in you stare at me and you don't learn nothing, all right? I need for you to know basic hairstyles. Where you watch my videos as many times as you need to, but I'm telling you, the solution is to learn how to do at least basic hairstyles, to where if you have to space your money out, you can at least have time to save that money, okay? But that's my heed to you. If you don't get nothing else from this video, learn how to do basic hairstyles. At your big age, yes, I'm judging you. I'm holding you accountable. I'm not judging you, okay? But basic hairstyles, so these people can stop taking you, because inflation is not gonna decrease, it's only gonna increase. So don't forget to subscribe, share.